In any programming language, writing modular and reusable code is essential, and Java is no exception. To achieve well-organized and modular code in Java, it's important to understand how to structure your code into different packages. So let's explore the concept of packages and learn how to create your own user-defined package in Java. Now let us talk about packages in Java. Packages also is a very important concept. Why? Because whenever you're writing a long Java software code, you need to define your codes into a proper modular way, right? And how you can make or organize it into a modular way with the help of packages. Okay, so package is what? It's somewhat like a directory or a folder. For example, normally on your laptop or a desktop, when you have to save files, how do you save? Suppose you start saving the files all on desktop and then you have to search it. It will be difficult, right? So what you do is you create folders. Suppose all Java related code files or notes, you want to keep it inside one folder. So one folder will be Java. Next folder will be suppose Python. All the Python related files, you'll keep it there. So this Java and Python folders which I talked about right now, these are actually packages when it comes to Java programming. So the idea is similar, which I told you, right? To organize your files into a proper way. But when it comes to Java programming, packages offer you one more advantage, apart from organizing codes into a modular way. That advantage is that it also avoids name conflicts. For example, suppose you start writing a Java code and you wrote 1000 lines into one file. Suppose, and in that one file, you have defined somewhere a class named student. Again, if you try to use that student class name somewhere, you will get an error or you will not be able to do that. So if you have written 1000 lines, it is difficult for you also to remember that which all variable names, which all class names I have already used, I should not be using it. Either you have to keep track of it. So better than this is to not write all 1000 lines of codes into one file, but write it into different packages and different files. So one file, suppose 10 lines you wrote, you can easily remember what 10 lines, you can see what 10 lines you have, variable names and class names and object names you have used. And in that file, suppose you have used student as a class name. Different package, different file, inside that package, you can use the same class name as student and it will not give you any compile time error. So this avoids the naming conflicts for large Java software codes. So that was the benefit of packages. I hope you got the basic idea about what packages are. Now, coming to the different types of packages in Java, one is inbuilt, one is user defined. So inbuilt packages, a lot of package support is there, meaning a lot of folders are there where inside that the classes are defined, inside the classes methods are defined, which is organized in a modular way in different packages and is provided for us to use it. The examples for inbuilt packages are java.util, java.io. So these all are inbuilt packages. Okay. Now coming to user defined package. So can you also create your own package? Can you have this kind of structure that a folder and then inside that there are certain files, then a folder and then certain files? Yes, you can. And how to do that, I will show you now. So what I'm going to do here is, I'm going to create a project first. View command, create Java project, no build tools, select the location, so it is this folder, and then give the name of the project. So suppose I give the name as exam, okay, or I can give calculation. Okay, so it created a different project for me here. So inside the source folder, I'm going to create a folder, which will be a folder meaning a package. So I'm going to give the example or the name here as maybe example1. Okay. Then I'm also going to create another package. So I'll show you two packages and how you can use also the things we are defining into one package into the other package. Again, click on the source, create another package, example2 maybe. Okay. Now coming to this folder, here I'll create a new file with the name of let me name it as maths calculation dot java. Okay. Inside this also I'll create a new file and I will name it as using maths dot java. Okay. Now coming to this maths calculation dot java file, which is inside com.example1 folder or a package. How to create a package now? So the very first line which you should include in your file is the package keyword. Okay, PACKAGE without any change in the spelling, space the name of the package, which already you have created here, right, as a folder name. So this is the package com.example1, which I am going to use. Okay, so this is how you create a package. So this folder now becomes a package when it comes to Java programming. Here I am going to define a method which I will be calling it into a different package. So let me quickly define one method for you. So it is public void sum int a comma int b. Okay, then I'll print it here. Sum of two numbers is a plus b. Okay. So inside this package I have defined a method, but you know that in Java nothing can be outside a class. So I should have a class here first, and the class name will be maths calculation, the name of the file itself. This will be over here. Okay. So inside this class I have defined a method. Now I'll save this file. So this is how we define a package, and inside this some content. Now how to use this package? If suppose I want to use this sum method somewhere else in some other package and some other file that is using maths.java file, then we have to import that particular package, right? And that can be done using import keyword. So what I'm going to import here, import com.example1 dot star. So dot star meaning anything which is there inside this folder or a package example1 should be included here in this file also, or in this package also. Okay. As this already I have created a folder com.example2, let me make this also as one of the package com.example2. Okay. Now inside this class I am going to have the main method. Here I am going to call this particular method sum. So how to do that? Can I directly call it? Yes, you can directly call it by just using the name of the class. So maths calculation dot sum can be called. So maths calculation dot sum method can be called. Sum takes two integers as the parameters, right? So I should pass that as well. 2, 3. This is a modular approach to organizing Java code using packages.
Watch the full video on our channel. Link is given below.